Skip it up and that up. So this made my ass cheeks tingle with delight a little bit. I think this could be a good thing, and I'll explain why. GameStop, in two select markets, is going to bring back retro game consoles. They're talking retro consoles, accessories, games. They're going to try it, and they're going to see what happens. Let me explain. They're going to launch a pilot sales and trade-in program for, like I said, retro consoles, games, accessories, in two of its markets, GameStop's markets, beginning April 25th. The two markets are New York City and Birmingham, which make up about 250 store locations. They're going to do this program with the retro consoles and see what happens. A suit over at GameStop said that the qualifying locations will begin accepting games, systems, and select accessories for most retro platforms, going all the way back to the NES. If the program works out and people start buying the old school systems, GameStop hopes to have this retro trade-in and selling system roll out nationally later in 2015. So what are you going to be able to trade in to begin with? You're going to be able to trade in your NES, Super NES, Sega Genesis, PlayStation, N64, and Sega Dreamcast. Kind of surprised the Sega Saturn's not in there. This will increase the number of games GameStop offers either for sale or to purchase by about 5,000. That's why they want to do this. They're looking to make a shit ton more cash, and with all of the digital distribution going on with 8th gen consoles and PC, this will be another stream of revenue for them. They're no dummies. This is what the GameStop rep said as well. We will bring all the product back through the refurbishment operations center for inspection, testing, and repair. The lead time to when GameStop starts accepting trade-in of old school consoles and when the products will be put on sale is about 2 months. They want to, put everything through refurbish, make sure everything works, so on and so forth. This is going to give them sufficient processing time and time to build up a good assortment for retro game fans. This is them saying this right now. For retro game fans to select from when shopping. So basically what they want to do is get a crap ton of your Super Nintendos, Sega Genesis. They want to clean them up, get rid of, God knows what's going to be on them. Make sure they work, make sure the ports work, so on and so forth. And they're going to, make sure they have a whole crap ton of them, so when they actually do sell them, they have a bunch of working systems that people can buy. So it's smart what they're doing. But if you think it's going to sound like the 1980s and 90s again when you walk into a GameStop, this is only going to be, you can only buy the systems through GameStop's website or through its in-store web system. Now, I let this whole thing that GameStop is doing with retro consoles kind of marinate in my brain the entire day. And I'm going to look at this from a glass half full perspective, to be honest with you. I've noticed this, and if you watch Pat the NES Punk, he does the Completely Unnecessary podcast. I've heard him talk about this too before. Retro game consoles over the past 5 or 6 years, the prices have skyrocketed. It's totally artificial inflation. Especially on eBay, or if you go into mom and pop retro shops, they're trying to sell you SNESs for over $100. I've seen them 100 and change, sometimes 120. Games have skyrocketed in price. You would be able to buy a copy of Super Castlevania 4 back in the day for next to nothing, and now the price on that's going up. Now you could say it's also because those consoles are getting older, but 2009 was 6 years ago. It wasn't that long ago. And it just almost is the whole retro craze has taken over by storm, and people are looking to capitalize on it. Oh, wow, honey, we have an NES upstairs that little Jimmy used to use before he moved out. Why don't we sell it and try to get $300 for it? And it's funny. You'll see the Game Chasers. I'm friends with them, their personal accounts. I'm not going to name the names, on Facebook, and they post stuff of people trying to sell old systems for ridiculously astronomical prices. Now, the reason I'm mentioning this is I'm hoping now that a big game store, worldwide or nationwide game store like GameStop, if they start selling these systems, it may pop this retro game price bubble and make it pop hard. And I think that needs to happen because it's almost like the retro game consoles have become the game gold rush, where people think, oh, it's old, so it must be expensive. So all these prices are sky high. because people think these systems are tough to obtain. But if GameStop makes it easy to get Super Nintendos, Sega Genesis consoles, Sega Dreamcast, so on and so forth, Nintendo 64, if they make it more obtainable and make it easy that you could just drive down to your GameStop or go on the website and get a system, that may make the prices go down, because people will be like, hey, this is not like, it's so funny. You go on like eBay and you laugh like the very rare Sega Genesis Model 1 HD model going for $100. And it's like, just no, dude. No, it's not worth that much. And now, if you could get these systems anywhere, these retro systems at any GameStop, well, I know it's going to be just online, or you could go in and use their kiosk and order the retro consoles. But if GameStop makes it easy and this becomes a nationwide thing, you're going to see the retro console and retro gaming price bubble just pop and explode and drop like a rock. And you know what? I'm happy, because it's not, guys, to all the idiots out there who try to sell the systems at astronomical prices, it's not a get-rich-quick scheme. And I hope this is successful for GameStop, because that means your days are numbered, because a lot of you are friggin' thieves. All right, folks, this is Rich of Review Tech USA. Make sure to rate, comment, favorite, and subscribe. And as always, thank you for supporting my channel. Have a good one.